Today was a full scrimmage. Open field. Hit all the field zones and just kind of played it out. If they got a 3 and out, they're off the field. So we tried to make it, a realistic scrimmage, kind of like a game in that aspect. And did all the kicking situations, everything. We got multiple reps and everything. Kickoff coverage, return, punt return. We did tight punt. We worked some special situations at the end of the game. For example, you hit a big play and down to the 10, and there's 2 seconds on the clock. You got no timeouts, and you better have a play. You better be ready. And the same thing. There's 3 or more. Working the clock procedure. We worked sudden change. End of the game, tie game. Defense gets a pick. Gets tackled on the 10. We try to center the ball, game-winning field goal. Just a lot of operational stuff that we needed to go through today as a coaching staff. We had all the headsets and all that stuff, so just a lot of procedures that we needed to work through there. And then we did overtime today. Both 2 teams, put 2 teams on each sideline, captains, the whole overtime procedure. Did a couple of 2-minute situations. One a touchdown to win it, another one a field goal to win it, and then so just a lot of that. We did a lot of. I mixed it up too a little bit more. I went so 1s on 2s, and 2s on 1s. Kind of mixed it up that way a little more today, really to challenge the second group. In that you don't sub people when you sub. You got to go in and you got to perform at the same standard as the guy in front of you, if there's a guy in front of you. And so there'll be a lot of good things on tape. But the first group on both sides had a really good day. The attack didn't give up. Our first group, they didn't give up a touchdown. And the Orange, our first offense, I think they scored every time. So there was just a lot of guys on our second group that I think can grow a lot from this scrimmage.
Coach, talking to Coach Elliott, and again with that today's MO, how does the tempo factor in? Is it getting better?
Tempo's been really good. Tempo's been really good for us. Really all camp. We've got a couple of days. Probably the biggest thing, disappointment-wise, was our 2 minutes. A couple of wideouts. 25, 24, 23, clock's ticking, and we're just kind of fixing our jersey and just, lollygagging around. We didn't have quite the urgency that we need. Same thing on defense. Had some guys, they don't have to wait on you to line up. They don't sub, they can snap the ball. So just a little improvement that we need from a awareness situation in 2 minutes. So other thing we did work on today, we worked on our coming out off the 1. So worked on that and then tight punt situation, punting off the back line.
The quarterback's a little more accurate today?
Yeah, I thought the quarterbacks had another good day. It was, I felt bad for Chase on a couple of situations. He probably didn't have his best day, but that's the world we live in. Everybody's booing the quarterback when he walks off the field. But heck, you got a guy who missed assignment up front and gets hit, and then you got a receiver runs the wrong route, so you throw an interception. You throw the ball right where it's supposed to be. The receiver runs the wrong route. It's an interception. Everybody's booing the quarterback. So I felt a little bad for him today, and then he made a great 3rd down throw that was dropped. So it was just kind of that type of day for Chase. But I thought Kelly probably had his best day. He had a great day. Multiple touchdown throws. A really, really good day. And Trevor had a good day. Missed a few things, but it was pretty solid all day. I thought he executed the 2 minutes very well.
Are you comfortable with the installation at this point?
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got a lot in. That's one of the things I tell our guys is like, for example, it's a young receiver that ran the wrong route, and which led to a pick 6. But right now we got this in. We're not going to play Furman with that. We're ready. We prepare for the season as you go through. And same thing defensively, offensively. I mean, we put a lot in. But I love where we are installation-wise. We'll still sprinkle a few little things, but come Tuesday, we're going to turn the page, and we'll really be all firm and prep from that standpoint. We'll still have some good on good, but to stay sharp, the speed of the game. But we'll turn the page to all opponent prep, and so now your game plan, gets locked in because everything that you have doesn't apply from week to week, based on who you're playing, what their personnel is, what's their scheme, type of front do they play, what's their coverage, so then you take all your installation, you craft a game plan for that week. But I think what we've been able to expose them to has been very good, and what they've been able to absorb. That's what I've probably been most impressed with. I mean, I've got a lot of veterans guys back, so obviously we're at a pretty high level with those guys. They played a lot of ball, but even the young guys, I think, have held their own. And but it'll. They're all kind of punch drunk right now a little bit. I mean, we're starting our third week. Yesterday was the culmination of 2 weeks of camp. Every day, meetings, practice, meetings. I mean, it's just every day. So this is literally the start of the third week today. We started 2 weeks ago on Wednesday. So they're just kind of there's a lot going on, and so I think tomorrow's going to be awesome. I think we came through today healthy, but tomorrow will be. We got meetings today or tonight. We'll get a little break, come back for dinner. We'll have a couple hours of meetings tonight to really go through and clean up the tape, and then back over here in the morning, team meeting, special teams, segment meetings, and then tomorrow we're going to have more of a mental practice, kind of slow it down, and no physical, like no pads or anything like that, and then we're going to give them off Saturday and Sunday. So first time in the history of my 29 years of college football that we twiddling my thumbs on Saturday and Sunday. So, but I think it's great. They changed the practices from 29 to 25, and the way we did our schedule, I could have waited and brought them in later and all that, but the way we did our schedule was, and meeting with our guys was, hey, we've been going 17 straight days. Let's go and let's grind, and we're going to take Saturday and Sunday. I think when we get back in here Monday morning, these guys are going to be bouncing, light on their feet a little bit. So good opportunity for them to recover mentally and physically, and get back after it with a strong finish Monday, Tuesday, and then the first day of class is Wednesday. They start school, and we'll have a good practice Thursday in the Beanie Bowl next Friday, and get into game week.
Is 3 scrimmages in the last 4 practices that a little unusual for you?
Not really. I mean, you might have maybe about a day, but that's kind of how we laid it out, and I think our guys managed it well, and they were set out to. It's all about plays, and today was by far the least amount of plays. I think we had 116 play scrimmage, and then it went to like 100, and today was probably 80-something like that.
What can you learn about guys in these scrimmages that are close to game-like situations, and are there any guys in particular that you thought impressed today?
Yeah, I mean, you learn a lot. I mean, we had a corner today give up a 70-yard touchdown pass because he didn't know the call. How do you not know the call? Well, if you don't know the call, do cartwheels, do something to make sure you get the call. Call timeout and let Coach Sweeney yell at you, whatever. Or back your butt up and get yelled at for giving up a hitch if you're supposed to be in cover 2. But don't play cover 2 not knowing the call and you throw up a 70-yard touchdown pass. So, just some awareness. That's just some awareness stuff. Or walk on the field and not know 2-minute situation. Do they need a field goal or a touchdown? Just some awareness things that come up when you're playing, and instead of practicing, that you get the real opportunity to coach. So, and that's all of us. I mean, I thought as coaches today we were pretty dang average. I thought our communication stunk. The first day with the headsets, I thought we as a staff did a poor job. We weren't near as precise as we need to be. But again, that's why you do it. That's why you practice, and so we'll clean that up. So it's the same thing for everybody, but we'll get better and keep moving.
Tight ends, Garrett's back.
Yeah.
You've got J.C. Chalk in there, and you've added Braden Galloway. Talk about that position, and are you able to do like you have in the past, to stretch the field with one of those guys?
Yeah. J.C. had a big catch on third down today. It's good to see that. Milan's kind of like Kelly. You know, he's kind of like Kelly Bryant. Last year, a first-year starter, and you know, he's at a whole nother level than where he was last year in every area. He's more mature, the game slowed down, more savviness, more swag. Everything just looks better. He's not breathing as hard, and that just comes with experience. And so he's in a much better place. And then Garrett's been great since spring. He's been awesome. He really has. He's done a great job for us. He'll have a big role for us. He's really improved catching the ball. Brady Galloway is different, and he's going to be a really good player. I love the potential of Brady Galloway. There's a lot going on for him right now, but just purely running and route running and ability to catch the ball and all that, he's going to be a fun guy to coach. And he's got a lot of want to. You know, he's not afraid. He's got some toughness, but you know, still he's not ready to go in there and execute like we need him to. But there's some things that he can do, and I think he's just going to get better and better. And then Cannon's had a really solid camp. I mean, he's had a solid camp for us, and he should. Senior guy, knows what he's doing. A different type of guy than some of those other guys.
You mentioned the twos, run a lot of twos versus ones, and some of your ones are returning guys with the experience and the value there. Any of the twos that kind of jumped out at you today in terms of kind of where they are compared to the ones?
I probably have a better answer for you once I watch it on tape, but on the hoof, no. I thought the first group defense dominated the day, and I thought the first group offense dominated the day. I mean, it just really, you know, so as a group, I mean, I'm sure when I watch the tape, there's going to be a few guys where I'm going to be like, man, hey, it's been pretty good. You know, because at the end of the day, you can only do your job and do it well, and we have to grade them on their individual merit. But it takes 11 guys in football to get the job done. So that's what we're held accountable for, is ultimately is what we get done as a group when we're on the field. So, but I'm sure when I watch it, there'll be a few guys that jump out at you.
How do you feel injury-wise heading into the weekend with Skalski, Thompson, Jurgen? Yeah,
pretty good. You know, Travion, I think he said will be back rolling Monday. Same thing with Skalski. I think he's going green tomorrow, actually. But we won't be in pads tomorrow. But I think they're going to put him out there Monday. I believe is where he is, and I think Jurgen. I think all that came back good. I think he's progressing. Just taking it slow with him still. He's not in great football shape. You know, guy hadn't played football in quite a while, and then about 2 days in, you know, he gets a stinger. So he's a little behind from that standpoint, but he's progressing. And then who else you asked about?
Richardson still in green.
Mari was good. He practiced, did everything, and he actually got in a few snaps the other day. We went green the day before. He didn't play a lot, but he got in some snaps. But today, he got in there a good bit, so he's back rolling. But yeah, I mean, we're actually, knock on wood, we're actually in pretty good shape right now. You know, especially coming off of 3 tough scrimmages and some good physical work. I think the team's in a good spot. I really do. So hopefully by Monday that injury report will be as clean as it's been since we started, and it doesn't mean something can't happen, because you know we still do good on good fastball stuff, but our scrimmage work is pretty much done as far as just live scrimmage work. We will do the Beanie Bowl next Friday, but we'll keep that full speed, but we'll keep it thud. But you know, anything can happen anytime, but hopefully the high risk type stuff is behind us.
At defensive end, you've got a number of young, good guys behind.
Yeah.
How would you kind of assess where the 2s and 3s are, or those guys?
Yeah, that's they're all battling. You know, I mean, we feel really good about Foster. I think he's really had a good camp. Register they're very confident in Register. He knows what he's doing. He's going to be where he's supposed to be. He's a veteran guy. He knows his role. And then you got those guys behind him. You know, Logan he's just a ball with butcher knives, man. He just flies all over the place. He's not always where he's supposed to be, but something's getting hit and smashed. So you just love his demeanor and temperament. The guy just loves to play football. Still got a lot to learn. And then KJ and Xavier are exactly what y'all think they are. They're just tremendous young talent. They don't always go the same way either. But it's just a lot to learn, especially at the end. There's just so much to learn there, especially when you're playing today's offenses. And we ask them to do a lot of things as far as how they play the run, how they box the run, do they spell it, do they drop. And there's just a lot going on, especially when you see offenses that are, hiding the ball a lot. So with the play actions and the RPOs, the zone read stuff, the quick pitches, the speed motions, there's just, all of a sudden you can take a really, really talented player and, he can be like that in a heartbeat. And so those guys, I think, have had a good camp. I think the biggest thing with KJ is he's just gotten bigger and stronger. And then, Xavier, he's a blur. He's, like I said, he's not always going the right way, but wow, is he going in a hurry wherever he's going. And he's got such a bright future. So I love those two guys, and they're just going to get better. And then Maskell, man, we knocked it out of the park with that guy. Really talented player. So I'm excited about him, and because we've had all that, we're like, okay, well, who can we put inside at 3 technique? And so we moved Xavier inside, who's 270 and strong as an ox, and he's done a really good job. I'm very encouraged by working him in there, just trying to get our bodies, utilize our bodies the best possible way.
There's been a growing trend of these neutral site matchups just 1 year, but you seem committed to the home and home.
Well, we're in a unique situation here at Clemson. I don't mind a neutral site game as long as it's a road game for us, but I'm not giving up a home game to do a neutral site game. Even though a lot of times the TV people, they'll say, well, we'll make sure you make more than what you would make at a home game. Well, that's great for us, but it's terrible for our community. It's bad for Clemson. This is per capita, this is probably the biggest stadium in the country. In a little town, and man, a lot of these people make their year on those 7 Saturdays. So I certainly, I've always been against that. If it means I'm losing a home game here, I want to be here. Number one, just the community. Number two, recruiting. A game day in Death Valley is special, and you can't simulate that in one of these other places. So I don't mind it. If somebody else wants to give up a home game on one of our road, hey, we'll go. Great. But I'm adamant and really believe wholeheartedly that we need to have our maximum number of games here at home every single year for our program, for recruiting, and most of all for the community of Clemson and Greenville and Anderson and Seneca, because everybody benefits from that.
What have you seen from Shaq before? But the last time you went into LSU,
it's not like we're in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like where they got Super Bowls and you name it coming in there.
You remember the last time you went into LSU on the bus?
Oh yeah, I remember it well. I've been there many times. In fact, one year I think it was, I can't remember if it was the year that they went to. I think it was the year they added Arkansas. We had to go back-to-back years to LSU, and yeah, that's always an interesting bus ride in when you're going into Baton Rouge, and they make sure to bring you in, a certain way, and they're a pretty passionate fan base. It seems like the later the night they play, the more passionate it gets. But it's a great venue, awesome place to be a part of a college football game. I've played there, coached there. It's a lot of fun.
Think about one more and then get back to the kids.
What
have you seen from Shaq Smith during camp?
He's made great improvement. He really has. He's the best he's been since he's been in Clemson, and really, really good progress. So pleased with Shaq, and hopefully he'll have his best year as a sophomore. He's only had 1 year, so this is his sophomore year, and hopefully good things to come this year and down the road.
Coach, talk about your scrimmage day outline.
We mixed it up a little bit, so guys got to work against different groups, and I thought our first group came out and moved the ball, had some big plays. Second group didn't quite respond as well, going against Christian and those guys. So definitely some opportunity to coach those guys up, challenge them. But overall, you know, we had a couple turnovers just on some miscommunication, young guys. Things that you can clean up, but overall the effort's good. They're competing, but we just got to get that second group to step it up a little bit when they get their chance versus the ones.
The quarterbacks starting to separate themselves at all?
Man, I tell you what, all of them are throwing the ball good. And for me, being up in the box, you don't even worry about which one is in there because they're all making the throws and they're giving our guys opportunities on the deep balls. We've made, you know, some guys like T and Justin have made some plays trying to get DK. DK had an opportunity here. Ball was where it needed to be. Didn't come down with the play on third down, but right now they're all competing, and it's hard to see separation.
You've been talking about tempo since the spring. Have you been pleased with that, these first few scrimmages, and is that something that would be noticeably different this season?
Yeah, the second scrimmage was more situational, so not as much of the work on tempo, but today we were able to move around, play fast, getting some 2-minute work to help you know, further drive the tempo. So far I've been pleased, but won't know until we get into the game, you know, in a wide open situation where we can actually play with tempo.
Running backs. Talk about the running back pecking order and how has the carryover from last Saturday's scrimmage this week as far as Lynn J. Dixon goes.
You know, Lynn J. with the ball, he's a lot like Travis was last camp, man. With the ball in his hands, he just finds a way to make a play. He's a relentless runner, runs a lot bigger than his size. He's hard to tackle. He just continues to make plays. So a lot of carryover. So every time he's out there, but still room for improvement in pass protection, which is going to be, you know, which is going to be expected. He's a physical kid, doesn't mind throwing it up in there, but from a knowledge standpoint, you're talking about, you know, going from a high school level playing 1A football to now you're out here going against Coach V and all the things that he does defensively is really, really challenging him. But with the ball in his hands, he's playing fast, making plays. You know, Adam has put together 2 really good scrimmages back to back, making plays both in the pass game and the running game. You know, Travis is Travis. You know, he finds his spot to make plays, and been pleased with Taven. You know, Taven is moving a little bit better, a little bit quicker, just coming off that knee, and he's making plays. So really got a lot of competition. But Lynn J. is the guy right now that when he touches the ball, he seems to be most electric.
Yeah, it was exciting. It was a cool, special moment today. Coach Sweeney read a letter from Bella, which is one of the girls I created a special bond with. And obviously she passed away a couple months ago, but her mom wrote a letter to the team talking about Bella and just like how I was incorporated into the family and all the experiences I had. And there's a lot of, like, I was balling, I know there's players tearing, there's coaches, so it was a great way just to start the day, to realize like people are suffering, but everybody can have a smile on their face, and you just got to learn to put perspective into your life.
This offensive line unit seems pretty particularly deep this year. How would you compare it to the last couple of seasons?
I mean, I thought we were deep every year. In my opinion, we've always had functional depth. And this year we just had, Coach Sweeney put it out today, we've had a lot of O-line, play a lot of ball. So it's nice to have that, and it's a blessing to have that. And to give Coach Caldwell compliments because he cross-trains everybody. He makes sure he has people ready to play because he's not going to go in. He can throw anybody in any place, which is great.
How have you felt moving to guard?
I've enjoyed it. I mean, I really didn't. Coach said, "You're moving to guard." Yes, sir. I really didn't ask questions. It was fun. I mean, battling Christian Wilkins and Dexter is a little bit different than Austin and Clee, but it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. I mean, I played guard in high school. I mean, it's been since my sophomore year, so it was a little bit of a learning curve, but it's gotten a little bit easier since spring.
I think it was Coach Scott said that the offense really takes a lot of pride too. It's not just maybe the defense gets a lot of attention to those front four, but how much do you enjoy those battles and kind of trying to hold your own against those guys?
I mean, you're going against the best defensive line in the country. I mean, obviously every day I'm not going to come out smiling like, oh, I'm excited I get to go against that defense, but it's also a blessing because we realize that with Coach V is the best D coordinator in the country, the best D line. We're going to see more stuff on our practice field than we'll see in games. And it's just going to prepare us to be able to go to any game, no matter who we're playing, just be able to prepare us overall. And it's nice. I mean, some days it sucks, but overall it's a good feeling to know you're going against them every day and getting better.
You feel like you guys have been holding your own as a unit?
I think so. I mean, y'all heard the first scrimmage. Second scrimmage was a good battle. And the third scrimmage was a great battle today. So, I mean, we're definitely having fun, and we're definitely holding our own. We're not just getting destroyed. So it's also, I think it's just overall just blessing going against them because it's iron sharpens iron for sure, and it just makes it better.
What have you seen out of Benson, Boncourt, Stewart? Some guys that maybe don't get a lot of pub.
Matt's just got that nastiness in him, and it's crazy. He'll finish all the D-line, like they get aggravated with him, but they also respect him. He's definitely going to play to the whistle. Blake's smart and he's fast, and Cade's a baller. I mean, he's so strong. I mean, I think he ran just as fast as some of the nose guards did. So like he's an athlete, and it's just fun having competition.
What have you seen from Lynn J, and how would you think he compares to where Travis was this time of year last year?
Coach E goes and finds him, and it's awesome. I mean, O-line, we don't really we don't block for just one person. We block forever. We make holes. We know we have great running backs across the board that are going to be able to make plays. And as a freshman, he's doing great. He runs hard, he runs fast, and he doesn't take any prisoners. He just runs straight downhill, and it's awesome to see.
Coach, when you talk about mixing up the ones and the twos a lot, so I'm guessing you spent some time next to Gage at center. What have you seen from him so far at center?
Oh, he's great. I would trust him in the game. He knows what he's doing. He's smart. He's strong. He's athletic. It's all you need in the center, and he did really well. He's done really well all camp. He's probably had his best camp since he's been here, and he's approved. He's a true a student of the game. He's taken pride in his craft, and he's gotten so much better, just like the whole line has this fall camp.
Is footwork the hardest thing moving from tackle to guard?
Yes, it's kind of hard to say. Footwork's hard, and it's the most important thing, but just how quick everything gets on you. You don't have tackle, you can kind of sit back and kind of watch things plays out. Guards, you don't have that time. You got to step and you got to react. It's all reactionary. So it's just footwork. If your footwork's not key, you're not going to pick up stuff in inside. Tackle, sometimes you can be a little different and kind of sit back a little more and just look at the picture. But guard, you can't. You have to rely on your footwork.
Dabo said Kelly had his best day of camp today. What today was so impressive about Kelly?
I was blocking for him. I mean, O-line, we know what they're supposed to do, but we're not going to question our quarterbacks. We're not going to do that. They're all really good players. Every single one of them can go out there and start for us right now and play. And all I know is when we block for any of them, they're all going to make completions because they're all great quarterbacks. So as O-line, we take pride in keeping them clean so they can go out and show out. If Kelly's having a great day, that means O-line had a great day too. So that's just, I don't really know what the quarterback's supposed to do, but he said he had a great day, he had a great day.
I think the tempo will be noticeably different this season. You were fast last year, ran more plays than any team in the country, but the coaches have been talking about it a lot.
I mean, they're working us. There's no denying that we do team tempo and we don't line up quick enough, we're doing up downs. So it's definitely a sense of urgency in on our field to go as fast as we possibly can and take pride in going as fast as we possibly can, because if you can wear down a defense if you're going a lot faster than they can realize.